Truly a dramatic development in this election. So what consequences could Theresa May face after this?
Well, what she could, I suppose, try and do is form some kind of minority government. We could see other parties trying to join up to form what she had previously branded a so-called coalition of chaos. That could be the Labour Party, the Liberal Democrats and the Scottish National Party. Now, if you take a look at the Liberal Democrats, they've managed to almost double the amount of seats that they've got in Parliament. A lot of that is thanks to the fact that they are very pro-Europe. They've staunchly advocated having a second referendum on the issue of Brexit. So they've managed to attract perhaps a lot of Tory voters and some Labour voters who've become disillusioned with the fact that those two top parties have taken the stance that Brexit has been voted for and it will now be negotiated. Theresa May wants a hard Brexit, the Labour Party wants a soft Brexit, but you couldn't imagine the Labour Party and the Conservative Party necessarily getting into bed with each other in a coalition. That is not the type of scenario that we've seen in this country. They are diametrically opposed on many big issues, in particular the issue of austerity. Borrowing is a big part of Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party's manifesto going into this election here, borrowing an awful lot of money to spend on things like healthcare, to combat inequality, to provide childcare for 1.3 million children across the country, and so on and so forth. He wants to renationalise large swathes of industry. Theresa May's Conservative Party has staunchly been for austerity, saying that the country needs to tighten its belt, especially going into the Brexit negotiations, because it's going to need to be as financially secure as it possibly can be if it divorces itself from its biggest trading partner. One thing that will be an issue for all of these parties here is that the British pound has already fallen 14% since the UK referendum. That's eating gradually into people's salaries, savings and also their living standards. And again, after the result of this election, people again will see their pounds being worth quite a bit less against the euro and also against other currencies like the US dollar. So people will want to see strong stewardship of the economy, and based on what we've seen here, we don't really see enough of these parties managing to get enough votes to be able to secure that. Or indeed, the question is, will they form a coalition? Normally, I must point out, because these things don't take an awful lot of time in Britain to negotiate. In 2010, we saw the coalition between the Labour Party and the the Conservative Party and the Liberal Democrats, after the Conservatives failed to win a majority, coming together within around about 10 days. So usually these things are set pretty quickly. The other option is potentially to go for another election if none of these parties can agree.